After an incredibly disappointing 1-7 start, the Miami Dolphins almost completed a near impossible turnaround and just missed out on a playoff berth, finishing 9-8. After surprising most football fans by firing head coach Brian Flores, it's sort of difficult to see what direction the new coach will try and take this team. While the defense played very well down the stretch, the offense seemed to lack a true identity for most of the season. This roster is certainly capable of fighting for a playoff berth, but there certainly are some holes. The lack of a true workhorse running back and the offensive line struggles come to mind. With 8 picks in this upcoming draft, the Dolphins are in a prime position to bulk up the weak areas on both sides of the ball. So without further ado, here is my 7-round 2022 Miami Dolphins Mock Draft. With the Dolphins' first pick at number 26 overall, I have them taking Nicolas Petit, offensive tackle from Ohio State. To say the Dolphins' offensive line needs some big upgrades is a huge understatement. Jesse Davis, Liam Eichenberg, and Austin Jackson all struggled this past season. Petit has excellent physical tools and offers the kind of frame that is meant to play on the edge. He's long, dense, and fluid as an athlete, offering a promising skill set for an NFL team to continue to tinker with in an effort to reach his high ceiling. Petit offers tremendous hand technique, and his time spent at both tackle positions give him valuable experience. Rarely does he ever get rolled back on his heels in pass protection, whether it be against a speed rush or a bull rush. Petit's length and anchorability are next to unmatched in this year's tackle class. If I were the Dolphins, I'd start him right away on the blind side, and in this case, it would be on the right tackle position, with Tua primed to keep his job past this year. With the Dolphins' next pick at number 50 overall, I have them taking Kenneth Walker III, running back from Michigan State. No disrespect, but it's not a good look for the outlook of your running back position when Duke Johnson looked like the most competent runner when he played. Walker is coming off of a fantastic season that saw him run for 1,636 yards and 18 touchdowns. Walker is a downhill, angry runner that displays fantastic jump cut ability and lateral quickness that can stop defenders in their tracks. Walker is coming off of his only season as a featured back, which is great for the tread on the tires argument. He also didn't display too much in the passing game, with only 13 catches last season, but that could also be contributed to the offense that the Spartans run. The Dolphins' rushing attack has been a real problem the past 2 seasons now. In the past season, the Dolphins ran for just 92 yards a game, with their leading rusher being Myles Gaskin with just 612. Walker has all the characteristics of a workhorse running back that could really help balance out the offensive game plan. With the Dolphins' next pick at number 100 overall, I have them taking Isaiah Thomas, edge rusher from Oklahoma. An energetic and consistent threat to make a play, Thomas plays the game as if he has a battery pack in his back. Displaying plenty of moments where he wins off of effort, he continued to develop his game. With the Sooners incorporating a heavy rotation, he still finds moments where he can get into a groove. With an above-average first step, he's consistent with threatening the shoulder of blockers and using his athleticism and play effort to finish with sacks. Playing multiple positions and seeing plays from different lenses has only helped Thomas. With Emmanuel Ogbah set to hit free agency and most likely receive a lot of offers, it's no guarantee that he comes back. And even if he does, adding Isaiah Thomas will create better opportunities for a rotational pass rushing situation and keep everyone on the line fresh. With the Dolphins' next pick at number 121 overall, I have them taking Christian Watson, wide receiver from North Dakota State. Christian Watson is a very good athlete with good speed, agility, and excellent body control. For a taller receiver, standing 6'5", he is surprisingly dynamic and displays the ability to consistently win against man coverage. In the passing game, he is extremely tough to cover. He can defeat the press with foot quickness and has surprisingly good vertical speed. His home run speed threatens a defender's cushion very quickly. He does a good job of dropping his weight while displaying the separation quickness at the top of his route. He has very good catch radius and is a matchup problem in contested catch situations. He can contort his body to make tough catches and is dynamic with the football in his hands after the catch. Replacing free agents Albert Wilson and Will Fuller with Watson would create a fantastic dynamic between two young receivers in Jalen Waddle and Christian Watson. With the Dolphins' next pick at number 121 overall, I have them taking David Anath, linebacker from Houston. When watching Anath play, his first step explosiveness, length, flexibility, and motor immediately pop. He is fluid and rapid off the ball, and he uses his long arms to set up his rush plan. He has the speed and flexibility to corner the near hip of offensive tackles, and he is relentless from snap to whistle. Anath has a strong bull rush, rip move, and inside counter that complements his burst, length, and flexibility as a pass rusher. As a run defender, Anath is an effective strong side player and gap shooter. He is flexible with good length, for the 1,000th time that I said this already, which enables him to work off blocks and make tackles with his large radius. Possibly moving Jalen Phillips to the weak side could free up more opportunities for him to build off of his great rookie season, while Anath can take over on the strong side and really refine his skills as a potential playmaker. With the Dolphins' next pick at number 156 overall, I have them taking Chris Paul, guard from Tulsa. No, not that Chris Paul, and no, not that Isaiah Thomas. As I stated before, the inconsistencies on the offensive line for the Dolphins were their biggest problem last season. The interior of the line was especially bad. Chris Paul spent 2 years at tackle and 2 years at guard, but I think at the next level, and specifically for the Dolphins, he would be best suited for the interior. Paul is a technician with his hands and does well to vary his strikes and activate them with good timing and placement. He excels in the run game where his hands allow him to control reps, and he does well to get his frame positioned to seal lanes. In pass protection, he's very solid as well, doing a good job of throwing his assignments off their rush. While nothing about Paul's game will scream out at you, he is super solid and extremely technical, and that would be a breath of fresh air for the interior of the Dolphins line, which was hard to watch for most of the time in 2021. With the Dolphins' next pick at number 200 overall, I have them taking James Mitchell, tight end from Virginia Tech. I firmly believe that Mike Gesicki will remain a Dolphin for the foreseeable future, but statistically speaking, he is one of the worst blocking tight ends in all of football. Adding someone like James Mitchell later on in the draft would be perfect. He's a young complement to Mike Gesicki. Mitchell is a block-first tight end that is at his best in throwing blocks in bunch formations or on screen plays. On top of that, Mitchell has great size and terrific hands. His body control and passing downs are his strongest attribute, as he's able to make tough, contested catches look effortless. Mitchell is a really nice all-around tight end that is perfect for the Dolphins in the late rounds. He has the potential to be a block-first tight end with enough receiving chops to be productive in the passing game. With the Dolphins' last pick of the draft at 221 overall, I have them taking Damarion Williams, cornerback from Houston. Williams can provide some much-needed depth at the nickel cornerback position. With Nick Needham most likely back long-term next year, it would be wise to add some support behind him. Williams has the foot quickness, speed, fluidity, and pattern matching skills to play man coverage in the slot, and his route anticipation and ability to space the field shines in zone coverage. He is enthusiastic about triggering downhill and defending the run. He is an aggressive tackler that hunts the football in pursuit. Despite his smaller stature, Williams projects to be a fine depth cornerback in the slot, and I've said it before in other videos, you can never have too much cornerback depth in the NFL.